Tibet!
The city of Vancouver has dedicated the month of March to Tibet. The Tibetan community staged rallies outside the Vancouver Art Gallery and the Chinese consulate.
This protest marks the 50th anniversary of China's invasion of Tibet. For the protesters, it is a chance to tell the world and the Chinese government that people are still suffering over half a century on.
On March 10th, 1959, an uprising against the Chinese occupation in Tibet was crushed. Tibet's spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama, escaped into exile. It is estimated that hundreds of thousands of Tibetans have died in the ensuing conflict. Tibetans live in exile around the world, with around 150 in Vancouver. Renowned expert Dr. Saring Shakya says Tibetan identity is linked to their states of exile.
They have left Tibet as an act of protest. So they don't see themselves as a migrant who are coming for better economic life in Canada. They see it essentially they had to flee their country because of the political situation. So this shapes a particular view of situation in Tibet.
Officials at Vancouver's Chinese consulate refused to be interviewed. China considers Tibet an internal issue. Shakya says this hardline stance reinforces a misconception.
I think there's a danger of seeing the people in Tibet as a voiceless and inarticulate, and they're just sort of passive victims of oppression.
At these rallies, a new generation of Tibetans are making sure their voices are heard.
Tibet was never a part of the motherland. We don't even call motherland, we call it fatherland.
Shempen Kimsar is a Tibetan who was born in India and moved to Canada as a child. The 31-year-old is a first generation brought up outside Tibet.
China is very scared of Tibet. Tibet is the biggest fear for Chinese. It is actually the biggest nightmare for the Chinese government.
After 50 years, a new generation of Tibetans are fighting for an autonomous Tibet. Many of them have yet to see their homeland.